In the ancient tapestry of religious practice, few texts hold the weight and significance of the book of Leviticus. This ancient text, part of the Torah, is a cornerstone of religious tradition and law. Nestled within the Torah, Leviticus guides us through a world of rituals and sacrifices, offering a glimpse into the spiritual lives of ancient communities, where humans sought to connect with the divine. These rituals were not mere formalities, but profound acts of devotion and reverence. Chapters 1 through 7 unveil a complex system of offerings designed to appease God, atone for sins, and foster spiritual harmony. Each offering had its own specific purpose and method, reflecting the deep spiritual and communal values of the time. These chapters serve as a window into a time when the aroma of burning sacrifices filled the air, creating a sensory connection to the divine, forming the bedrock of religious life. The community gathered around these sacred rites, reinforcing their shared beliefs and values. Join us as we journey through Leviticus, exploring burnt offerings, grain offerings, fellowship offerings, sin offerings, and guilt offerings. Each type of offering reveals a different aspect of the relationship between the people and their God, providing a rich tapestry of spiritual practice and belief. The burnt offering, described in Leviticus chapter 1, stands as a testament to complete surrender and devotion to God. Unlike other offerings, the burnt offering was wholly consumed by fire upon the altar, symbolizing total dedication. The offering could be a bull, sheep, goat, or bird, each without blemish, representing purity. The priest prepares the offering, slays the animal, sprinkles its blood around the altar, and burns it, the smoke ascending as a pleasing aroma to God. This act of sacrifice transcended the material. It was an outward expression of an inner commitment to live in accordance with God's will. Moving from the fiery intensity of the burnt offering, we encounter the grain offering detailed in Leviticus chapter 2. The grain offering, made from fine flour mixed with oil and frankincense, represents the fruits of the earth, provided by God's grace. The offerer brings a portion of their harvest, acknowledging the source of their sustenance and expressing gratitude. The priest burns a handful of the flour on the altar, the rising smoke carrying the offerer's gratitude and prayers. The remaining portion of the grain offering was given to the priests, signifying a reciprocal relationship between God, the priests, and the people. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. To support this channel, visit our Christian-themed store at BibleTales963.store. Every purchase really helps to bring you more content. Leviticus chapter 3 introduces us to the fellowship offering, also known as the peace offering. This ancient practice is deeply rooted in the traditions of the Israelites and holds significant spiritual meaning. This offering celebrates the joy of communion with God, with the offerer, priests, and even God partaking in a shared meal. It is a moment of unity and togetherness, where the boundaries between the divine and the human blur, creating a sacred space of fellowship. The priest performs the ritual sacrifice, burning the fat portions on the altar as a pleasing aroma to God. This act of burning the fat is symbolic, representing the best parts being offered to the Almighty, signifying respect and reverence. The remaining portions are divided, some for the priests and some for the offerer and their family, to be eaten in a celebratory meal. This division of the offering ensures that everyone involved in the ritual is nourished, both physically and spiritually. The fellowship offering serves as a powerful reminder that religious practice is not solely about duty, but also about joy, celebration, and connecting with the divine. It emphasizes the importance of community, shared experiences, and the joy that comes from being in the presence of God and loved ones. This ancient tradition continues to inspire and remind us of the sacredness of sharing a meal with the Almighty. Leviticus chapters 4 and 5 detail the sin offering, a ritual specifically designed to address unintentional sins. These offerings served as a means of restoring the broken relationship between God and the individual, offering a path to divine forgiveness. The type of animal offered varied depending on the social standing of the individual, reflecting the greater responsibility of higher social positions. The priest places his hands on the animal's head, symbolically transferring the sin, then slaughters the animal, its blood sprinkled on the altar. The sin offering highlights the human tendency towards error and the importance of sincerely seeking forgiveness. Leviticus chapters 5 and 6 describe the guilt offering, a sacrifice designed to atone for deliberate sins. This offering required restitution to the wronged party, demonstrating a commitment to making amends. The guilt offering was typically a ram without blemish, though other options were available for those who could not afford a ram. In addition to the animal sacrifice, the individual was required to pay restitution to the victim, plus an additional fifth of the value. The guilt offering serves as a powerful reminder that true repentance involves concrete actions to repair the damage caused by wrongdoing. The sacrificial system detailed in Leviticus chapters 1 through 7 may seem like a relic of a distant past. These ancient texts describe a world where offerings were made to seek favor, forgiveness, and fellowship with the divine. Yet, beneath these ancient practices lie universal truths that continue to resonate with profound meaning today. The burnt offering, grain offering, fellowship offering, sin offering, and guilt offering each speak to the human longing for connection with the divine. These rituals were not just about the physical act of sacrifice, but about the deeper spiritual significance they held for the people. The burnt offering symbolized complete surrender to a higher power, while the grain offering represented gratitude for the earth's bounty. The fellowship offering was a celebration of community and shared blessings. The sin offering was a plea for forgiveness, and the guilt offering was an act of restitution and reconciliation. Each of these offerings address different aspects of the human condition and our relationship with the divine. While the specific forms of worship have evolved, the essence of these offerings remains a fundamental aspect of the human experience. Today we may not bring animals or grains to an altar, but we still seek ways to express our devotion, gratitude, and need for forgiveness. Modern practices, whether through prayer, meditation, or acts of service, continue to reflect these ancient principles. They are a timeless reminder that the path to spiritual wholeness requires both inward reflection and outward action, aligning our lives with principles of love, justice, and compassion. In every era, the quest for spiritual connection and moral integrity remains a central part of the human journey, echoing the ancient rituals that sought to bridge the gap between the earthly and the divine.